Geeks of all ages, welcome to another exciting episode of the GWW Capes Crew podcast. Yes, we know it's Monday, it's our new night, and you know what's awesome about tonight is that the original band is back together. There came a day like no other where Casey and Will would once again join forces. Ah. And the cosmos will, I don't know, we'll do something cool. Go ahead.
Captain Podcast! USB cord!
Yes. Microphone. Come on, David. That's your turn.
Screen pop.
Yes. Welcome back, everybody. We're so excited to be back with you guys tonight. And as I said a second ago, the awesome, the incredible, the super spectacular Mr. Casey Walsh is once again back on the show tonight with us. Casey, what's up, man? How you been? Where you been? I'm excited to have you back on with me.
You know, life just fucking got in the way. And
Life.
I'll encourage everyone to never grow up and don't buy a house. It's fucking a waste of time and money. Complete waste. Yeah. Just rent for the rest of your lives, because then if something breaks or something goes wrong, it's someone else's problem, not yours.
Yeah, in reality, we're all gonna die and you're gonna take the house with us anyways, right?
Yeah. So don't do that. Don't have kids. It's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've just been busy and just living it up and trying to keep the website together and working a ton. So it's been hard to make the podcast, but I'm happy to be back. And now that it's on Mondays, the one night a week where I don't have anything to do, now I have something to do. So we're gonna fucking do it up right, son. In fact, I should have brought a beer. In fact, when Will's introducing Dave, I'm gonna go run and get a beer because I need to get drunk. I didn't get drunk, though.
Yes, it's beautiful. It's hard being an adult geek because you get like things like jobs and families, but it's good because our jobs worked out so we can be on together again. And even more exciting, we got the one, the only David back on the show with us. David, what's up, man?
How's it going?
I'm fantastic, sir. You and I were talking about this tremendous heat that I have here in Fresno. It's like 100 degrees, but we won't talk about your nice 80-degree weather right now, but what else have you been up to? Besides being cooler than us over here in Fresno.
Well, I have a job interview for a marketing and social media position
Ooh.
in SoCal on Wednesday, so I'm looking forward to that because I want to make money, and I also want to be closer to all the action and the comic scene that happens in and around LA. Like the Stanley Comic Con, the LA Comic Con, the WonderCon that I already missed.
The wonders and the cons.
The wonders and the cons.
Yes.
But it's through a temp agency, and so there's like test after test you gotta take. So I'm like, I hate tests.
Testing. Yes. What are you going to test for anyways? Just give me the job. I'll show up on time.
Exactly.
Show up on time and do what I'm
You gotta make sure you're not a lunatic and you're gonna shoot up the place.
Oh, I guess that's true.
Well, it's like some of the most simple questions, like how do you bold a word in Microsoft Word?
Yeah, I don't know. That B button?
There's a big B.
Is that it? Maybe?
And in case everybody was wondering, I did run and go grab a beer while Will was introducing Dave, and I'm going to open right now and drink it.
Oh, it's just beautiful. I should do that too. So David, I'm excited, man, because now that we're like talking more, this is your second stint on the G Dubs Capes, and you're in SoCal, so that means we're gonna like hang out at some point at a con. Which now that I'm back in a nice cushy office job, I'm not slaving away like slinging pasta at the Olive Garden anymore. I can say that on air because I don't work for those motherfuckers anymore.
Screw corporate chains.
Yes, screw corporate chains. Screw your never-ending pasta bowl, and definitely go fuck yourself with your breadsticks. All right, because I ain't gonna go work for that place ever again. All right. You can quote me on that. You can send that quote officially to the Olive Garden corporate office. You tell them I will seal it with one of these. That's two actually. And hey, that's all I'm gonna say about that. But it's nice because like I was telling Casey, I have a really cool schedule. It sounds kind of hectic during the week, but I'm working like 4 10-hour days, so that means I get 3-day weekends, and I get to go to conventions again. Yes.
Yeah, because that's quite a drive for you guys from Fresno.
Yeah, it is. So I think first up on the agenda is going to be Wizard World Sacramento, where I have already purchased an autograph ticket for Mr. Sebastian Stan, aka the Winter Soldier.
But
Why
at
don't
least
you
you
just
guys,
set
at
money
least
on
you
fire
guys,
and throw it like in a fucking to a tiger? Like at least then you get some like entertainment out of it.
Hey, check this out though. Here's the reality of it. There's people that spend $60 a week on fucking Starbucks. Okay?
Where were
At
you
least...
where were we? Where it was Michael J. Fox, and it was like $1,000.
Oh, that was at the one in San Jose, Silicon Valley.
Oh, right. Were you with us, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
No, I
that
was
was.
with you.
Yeah.
How's that that Comic Con? I heard that one's pretty good.
No, it was terrible.
Really?
No, they fucked up. They did two
I
things
think.
bad. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Will.
because I know you're gonna say the same thing.
They didn't put a cap on how many people they allowed to come in, so it was
Right.
fucking packed.
Yes.
I've been to a lot of cons in the Bay Area, especially because it's a fucking hop and a skip from here, and I've never been to one that crowded ever.
Especially not for a first-time con either.
Yeah, never for a first time con. I don't know what the fuck they paid somebody. He fucking threw around some of the Apple money for sure. Like I don't know what he was doing to
Making it right.
make so many people show up. And then they did I guess they only had one line for people to come in at. So even if you bought your ticket ahead of time, you were in the same line with people who hadn't bought tickets yet. So if you didn't get there early, you were standing in line for like 4 hours to get in.
I think Casey like walked by the front door at like 1 o'clock after getting there at like 10, and there was still a line like wrapped around the building like 3 times.
Yeah, I was like, damn,
Wow.
that sucks.
Yeah, sucks to be you guys.
All right, so let's talk about other things about the con, like panels, freebies.
They had quite a few celebrity guests, like pretty well known people, which I mean I guess that's what you can pull when you're like co-founder of Apple or something, whatever that guy does.
But yeah, Michael J. Fox, the ticket, $1,000 for an autograph. It was like something crazy like that. It was insane.
Oh no, it was $500 for his VIP. It was like the photo and the autograph. Yeah. But supposedly most of that money was going to like Parkinson's
charity
research or something. Yeah.
Yeah, sure it was.
Which if it was great.
That sounds shaky.
Yeah, dude, that's terrible. That's terrible. Oh man, we're back. We're back with a vengeance.
Offending person, first episode back.
Yes.
David's like, what did I do? What did I get myself into?
Yes. But yeah, Dave. They definitely brought some good, very good, well-known names that people wanted to meet. So that was smart on their end, but
And
too many people.
so how about like Artist Alley and like stuff for sale?
I mean, not. I don't think anything will top Comic-Con. It's always the same people. I mean, yeah, nothing special. In fact, they had a weird, this like super weird area where like everything was off in this one weird room. Remember that, Will?
That little side room where they had like the fan groups and stuff.
Yeah, it was like sectioned off weird.
Yeah, it was. It was really strange. But,
It'll be better next year though, for sure.
Yeah.
So what are some of the other better Comic Cons for like people to go to in California, since you guys are like Comic Con connoisseurs?
I would have said it changes every year because I think like they all kind of grow in popularity like in their own way.
Right.
I think if you could always find like the smaller like hometown con, like you're lucky because you live in Southern California, David, so you can go to like Long Beach and like San Diego, not Comic Con, but there's like a comic book convention that's like a little smaller. Long
Beach Comic Con is coming up, isn't it? Is it like this weekend or the following weekend?
Oh, is it coming up? I don't know.
No, that one's in September.
It's already come and gone, I think.
They have
September.
two. They have two though.
Yeah, they have two.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
So those are. I always think the smaller ones are like better. Number one, because it's way easier to talk to people. Way easier. Like you can always go up to like a creator or an artist and just be like, hey, have a conversation, and they'll totally do it. Number one, because they're fucking bored as shit.
Yeah.
And number two, because there's not like a million people walking around you all the time or bugging them, or they're not trying to sell a bunch of stuff all the time. So so I always find those. It's just way easier to interact with people. It's way easier to get stuff that you want. Like if there's toys or comics or stuff that you're looking for, it's just way easier to get. I would say the best big con in like Southern California is probably WonderCon, but it's probably getting to the point where it's going to be too big in the next couple of years here.
Yeah, and then I'd say after that would probably be Stan Lee's Kamikaze.
Yeah, but here's what's... I was going to say Stan Lee's Kamikaze would be first, but I think what they're doing, and I think because they fucking schedule on goddamn Halloween every fucking year.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to start gearing more horror stuff.
You think so?
Yeah, and I think they already do. Like I think because I think Elvira is like they're always like their main feature now.
She was like pretty much attached to it like since it started. So I think they were always kind of like had a little bit of a horror influence behind it. I think.
But yeah, that one's always a good one because it's not too crowded. A lot of people go to it because it's in LA, and a lot of famous people or not like middle grade people go to it and easier to talk to.
You were fucking partying with Theon Greyjoy at one of them, weren't you?
Which one was that?
The dude from Game of Thrones? That was a Kamikaze.
Was it? Yeah. It was. Yeah, like I said, middle grade, like B-level actor. Yeah.
And then we were hanging out with that one dude from Eurotrip at the party.
Oh yeah, we were. That's true.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you have a hot wife and she can like get you in VIP stuff. And you're like, boobs, and just shove her in the way.
Yo, here I have boobs.
Just follow behind her.
Stare at them.
So yeah, I mean, conventions are weird. They're super weird. I always feel like the smaller the better. The big ones are just too much for me now.
Yeah.
And the more drama too. I feel like it's a lot of it is just like a money grab now. Like everyone just shows up because they know it's an easy like cash grab.
Yeah. Agreed.
So is WizardCon a small one or a big one?
Sacramento is not that big.
Sacramento will be a smaller one, but I mean they just had a huge one in Philadelphia this last weekend.
Yeah, Wizard World's a big like a company. It's basically like a convention company. They just have them in a bunch of cities.
Yeah, it's interesting. They seem to contract like the same celebs for Wizard World at every convention almost. Like you'll get a lot of the same people at all the different cities that they go to, and I think they like contract their celebs.
Yeah, it must be a weird gig. Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna go tour around the convention fucking circuit, like especially for Sebastian Stan and like the other kind of famous people.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that they have going. It's like,
yeah.
Huh. Well, like Sebastian Stan seems to be on a lot of dates for Wizard World, especially.
Yeah.
Like
this year, yeah, definitely. He's like on every stop almost. I think.
It seems like you'd have better things to do, but maybe they must pay him a lot.
Yeah. He must enjoy it and he must like the money. So
he must get a lot of pussy. Let's be honest. But
is that what it is?
That convention pussy is hot.
How's ZapCon in Fresno?
It's fun for us because me and Will get to do whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah, that's true.
It's always fun for us.
Yeah, it's a good time for us. They give us our own booth. You know, we host a bunch of stuff. We have a lot of panels that we host. So
nice.
We get free reign in that area, so it's fun. But it's definitely this will be its third year, and I think it's each year it's slowly starting to expand. It's getting a little bit bigger each year, and so I'm thinking each year, you know, they're trying to get some bigger names, you know, coming to it to be special guests. So. It's a lot of fun to have our own con in our own backyard that we don't have to travel to.
Yeah. The nearest con to me right now is like 2 hours away. It's called the Central Coast Comic Con, and they're also in their third year, but they actually went down in numbers last year, so they're trying to rethink it.
Yeah.
Wait, where do you live? I probably missed this part when I was getting alcohol. Where do you live, David?
So I live near San Luis Obispo, so the nearest con is in Ventura.
Well, you're close to Fresno, though. You could hop over here when it's ZapCon time, and You can hang out with us, and we can be on panels and talk
you'll
shit.
You'll be like royalty over here, bro.
And dude, I have so much will. You should see my like giveaway pile now, like this year.
For this year?
Oh my god! Like I hope people like DC Comics because I have fucking tons of DC Comics to give away, like stacks. Like my wife walked in my extra room, my comic room, was like, "What the fuck are all these comics doing here?"
Casey and I always end up having that moment where we see something, we go, maybe that one's not going to get given away.
I always something stuff I wanted.
Yeah, there's always something really. There's always a couple of really awesome things you get, like nice hardcover volumes of things. Yeah.
So, as a newbie to cons, do you get a lot of stuff free, or so do any of the publishers give away free comics? Like Marvel.
You get a lot more free stuff at Comic-Con for sure, at SDCC.
Yeah. The littler cons, they're not about giving stuff for free away because that's actually where they make a lot of their money. So they're not like going to give you a lot of free stuff away.
Yeah.
I mean, usually, Comic-Con, I was walking around and anyone that saw a press badge was like,
huge bag.
Here you go. Here you go.
You'll come home with if you really
try. So, yeah.
So
even at the smaller cons, you'll usually find stickers and buttons, and sometimes you get free comics from like newer stuff. People trying to like get their stuff out there.
Okay.
Yeah. But speaking of comics, what are we reading this week? Casey, what are you reading this week, man?
Dude, oh my god, so fucking Saturday, I'm such a cursor now because I'm like very salty today. I like sat down on Saturday because it was hot as shit.
Yeah.
I was sitting in my air-conditioned house because I'm a fucking baller like that. And I burned through a fucking stack. Look at this. A stack of comics. Like how many? Like 3 hours worth of comic reading.
Yes.
So we're gonna go through the gist. We're just gonna get the gist of it.
I'm gonna ask you some questions about it too because I sucked at comic reading this last week.
Okay.
So starting with the new job, it was a little bit tricky.
So we'll go the newest. I got something new that I just read before we got on here. Amazing Spider-Man number 13. By the Slot Meister, Dan Slott. And this one, it's Spider-Man versus your favorite, Will, the Invincible Iron Man.
Yes.
So they get in a bit of kerfuffle. Basically.
Hold on. So before you finish.
All right.
So I'm a little bit familiar with what's going on because that's what they've been dealing with him in the Invincible Iron Man comic. Because Mary Jane now works for Tony.
Yeah.
Jane, she's like his assistant or something. She's kind of like took the place of Pepper.
Oh, it's brought up more than once in this issue.
Yes, I'm sure it is. So obviously we're dealing with the aftermath of that in Spider-Man. So what happens?
So Spider-Man or Tony Stark doesn't know who Spider-Man is, so he doesn't know it's Peter Parker, right? So he's like Peter Parker like sets up a meeting to meet Miles Morales at like do some training or whatever, and so he goes up to meet Miles Morales, and Tony Stark just happens to be there. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna help this kid out," and he's like, "Oh, I fixed his web shooters; they were fucking broken." And then Spider-Man's like, "Wait, what the fuck? I fucking gave him those web shooters." And then and then Tony's like, I could fix yours too, Spider-Man. Like I know you were like cool with Peter Parker or whatever, and he like helps you out and stuff. But I took a look at those, and they're kind of like junky, and they're kind of like a piece of shit. So let me like fix them for you.
Yeah.
And this gets all mad and like stuff. So so they basically start fighting about like which one of them's better and which one of their tech's better and all that stuff.
Yes.
And then Regent comes and kidnaps Miles Morales.
Oh, nice.
It's a fun little issue. Like it is like Spider-Man. It's cool after watching Civil War because they're like all buddy or whatever.
Right.
And this one they're like very like bitter kind of rivals. And it's a nice little touch. There is a very like a line stolen from one of the Marvel movies. They're like kind of quipping back and forth, and Tony Stark goes, "You're nothing but a spider." Or you wouldn't be nothing without the spider. He always says like about Captain America, he's like you're nothing without the serum or whatever. So
everything special about you came from a bottle.
Right. So yeah, he says that's what he says. He says everything special about you came from a spider.
Yes.
Like that. You kind of wonder like, is that good writing or are you just fucking stealing that?
Just,
right.
Pandering to the crowd, maybe.
Yeah, like that's a little. But I liked it. Whatever.
It's
I'll
fun.
take the pander.
It's fun. I like it.
Let's stick to the Marvel take. I caught up on Old Man Logan, which is probably my favorite fucking Marvel book right now, which is very weird. It's by Jeff Lemire. I think that's how you say his name. Lemire.
Yeah,
Lemire. Anyways, it's really cool. It's basically about this kind of like journey. I'll give you the real quick gist. Like, so Old Man Logan, he would like killed all the X-Men, and then he like went on this journey like to like redeem himself after his like being in the wasteland, all this shit basically. And then after Secret Wars, he was like thrust into like the current like Marvel universe, whatever it's called now. It's not the 616 anymore. It's called something else, but that's a topic for another day. So he's in like the current Marvel universe now. He doesn't really belong, and he still kind of remembers what happened in the past. So the first thing he does is he's like, I'm gonna go kill all the people that like made me kill the X-Men or whatever. Then he kind of finds out like those people aren't the same people that they were when he was alive. Like he goes to kill the Hulk, and it's like Amadeus Chow now. It's not Bruce Banner anymore. So like you can't really justify killing the Hulk. Also, he gets his ass kicked. And then he goes after some other people, and they're not the same people he was. Long story short, he ends up like in the fucking Alaska, typical, like right. And some old enemies return, being Lady Deathstrike and the Reavers. And if you guys watch the old like '90s cartoon, you'll know who those people are. Like you remember the guy on the tank, like his half like tank body. Yeah, he's in this. Anyways, so like the issue 6 and 7 are basically 2 issues of him like fucking tearing that whole team apart. He fucking just kills everybody. And by the end of it, like he has this cool revelation where he's like, I'm a fucking monster, and I'm gonna go kill all these people. Because the whole time Lady Deathstrike is like, they're all fighting. The whole time she's like, I'm not the only one that's gonna come after you. Like everyone knows that you're back. Everyone knows that you're alive again, and everyone's gonna come kill you. Everybody you know, every enemy you made, they're all gonna come after you. And he's so after he fucking eviscerates Lady Deathstrike, like cuts off her arms and like cuts her in half basically. He tells himself, he's like, fuck it, I'm not letting anybody come after me. I'm not gonna cower in the corner anymore and like pretend I'm not like a killer, and I'm gonna go fucking kill everybody. And that's how the last issue ends. So I'm really excited to kind of see him just go like kill all the fucking like Omega Red and all those fucking assholes.
Yeah.
They always like are tormenting Wolverine.
Yes.
Okay, so I guess the big one to talk about is Civil War Dos.
Civil War Deuce.
Civil War Deuce #1. I hate when they do that. Fuck it. Just call it something else. Like anything else.
Yes.
Like call it like Civil War like Iron versus fucking Steel or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, I fucking
So I know nothing about the news. The second.
Damn, I liked it. I really liked it a lot.
Right.
It's very. I'm gonna spoil it for you because I can't talk about it without spoiling it. Sorry, internet. Fuck you. Like seriously. Have you read it yet, David?
No. So go ahead.
Oh wait, now I feel bad. Damn it! When your friends are in the crossfire, you're so conflicted. Anyways, I'll try to be vague. I mean, okay, so you guys obviously know a couple people die, right?
Correct.
Okay. Do you know who dies?
I know some do. I don't remember exactly who.
Okay. Well, it's been out there. Do you know, David?
I don't know.
Oh, fuck it. God damn it. You're ruining my whole fucking speech here.
I want to know. Just tell me.
Okay, well, here's what happened. So basically, the Inhumans are a big thing in the Marvel universe now. A new Inhuman comes around, and he can like basically see the future.
Yeah.
And he sees like major cataclysmic events or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Right. I think I remember reading about him.
Yes, and his name's Ulysses, and he's a brand new guy. He doesn't really know how to use powers, so it kind of time jumps a little bit because you find him, and then the Inhumans find him, like Medusa and all those guys. They kind of find him, and the whole time, like you have to remember, they're trying to like endear themselves like with the community, like they're kind of like they're the new like kind of mutants, and they're trying to like not be hated by everybody.
Yeah.
So it turns out they give the Avengers a warning about this huge like cataclysmic like event that's going to happen and destroy the world, and they like tell the Tony Stark and all the Avengers, and so they go and they're able to stop it before it happens, right? So after that's done, they're kind of like, well, how the fuck did we know that was going to happen? Well, the Inhumans told us. Well, how the fuck did the Inhumans know? well, they have this guy, and he can like see the future, and he can and then Tony's like, wait, what are you saying? Like he can see like the future, and they're like, yeah, he can see the future, and that's how you guys were able to see. He saw this guy coming, and we were able to stop him from coming.
Yeah.
So then Tony Stark has his typical like, it's kind of a weird turn for him because he's kind of the one saying like, no, well we can't use this because we technically don't know what future he's seeing.
Right.
It's very like Minority Report. It is Minority Report. In fact,
like pre-crime and that whole thing.
Exactly. Yeah. Like we can't like these like he is seeing a future. Yes.
Yes.
But what future is he seeing? Is it a future that can be changed before, like, you know what I mean, or like is affecting that
like
future to affect something else?
If we didn't stop him, would it really have happened? Like all that kind of thing. Yeah.
Right. And of course, like, and so there's other people like Captain Marvel who are like, fuck that. We should like. This is like a new weapon. We could stop crimes where they happen. We could save millions of lives. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So they kind of agree to like it's all at a party too. So imagine this happens like at that party like in Avengers: Age of Ultron or whatever.
Yeah.
Imagine this conversation happens like that party.
Okay.
So they all kind of disperse, and then the next thing it cuts to is like Tony Stark gets a call and be like dude, I'm sorry, and he's like what? And like he has like a freak out moment, and then he like rushes to Avengers Mansion or whatever, and we see like the Iron Man, like Iron Man, War Machine armor like completely like disintegrated and destroyed. Like all that's left is like a helmet or whatever. Yeah. So he like goes crazy. He's like, what the fuck happened? What's going on? Yeah. Like what? What's going on? And so then he someone tells him and I think Captain like he's like, where is she? Because War Machine's on the oh my god, he's on a team. I forget what team it's called. Shit. He's on another type of Avengers team that does like they work for Shield basically. So like they're kind of like a military like a superhero team.
Yeah.
I think I remember this, right? This is from the free comic book day issue too, right? A lot of this.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I didn't read that. I didn't read that issue.
They had like a zero issue or something, right?
Yeah. So maybe it was. It's possible. So basically, he goes to Captain Marvel, and she's all beat up, and then like her eyes all fucked up, and she's like hella sad. You can tell like she knows she fucked up. Yeah. He's like, what did you do? Like, what did you do, bitch? Like, what's going on? And she's like, we went after him, and he's like, who? She's like, Thanos. Yeah. So basically, she took like I want to say Secret Avengers, but it's not. God dang it. She took her Avengers team, and they went out, and they knew where Thanos was going to be. So they went and like basically ambushed him, right? So he kicked their ass. He killed in the process. Yeah, he killed Rhodey in the process. Beat all of them like pretty much half to death. Yeah. And then but in the end they did catch him, right? So they did.
Yeah, I remember all this now actually.
Okay, so maybe they just resold the free comic day issue as a number one. But so the issue kind of ends with him like being all pissed off. I mean, him being like, "Fuck you guys! See, this is what I told you was gonna happen. Like, you guys fucked up. You play with the future. Like, shit like this happens and all that." And so they're all kind of distraught. And Captain Marvel, I can tell, she's like, "We did the right thing." You know what I mean?
Right. And wait, doesn't Captain Marvel? She left somebody, right? I don't remember if it's Warhammer or somebody else.
Her and War Machine dated at a point.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. They did date at a point. So like she does have a connection to him as well. So and you can see in the comic like she's heard about it. Like she, you know what I mean? Like wasn't like they all got their ass beat, and the art in it is amazing. It's really well done, and you don't actually really see the fight. You just kind of see like the highlight points. Yeah, and then the aftermath. So Tony's like, well, you guys fucked up, and so then he goes off and he's gonna steal. He's gonna go get Ulysses. He's gonna basically like go get him and put him in a cell and kind of hoard him off, keep him away from everybody. Right. And then in the midst of that, She-Hulk is like on her deathbed too, and so Captain Marvel's sitting by her bed, and she's in a coma, and they don't know, and they can't work on her because she's like a Hulk. So they're like, well, if we cut her open, like we'll irradiate the entire hospital, and we don't know how to, we can't work on her physiology and all that stuff. So she wakes up, and it's like this big hopeful moment, and then she says, like at all costs, like it's your future, not his future. Like so, she basically tells her like you did the right thing, go get Ulysses back, and then she dies.
Wow.
So She-Hulk and fucking War Machine both bite the dust. And
Wow.
it's really emotionally, it's really well done because, like I said, there's not a lot of action in it. You get the beats, you get the main points, but it's a lot of talk, and then you get this Tony Stark that you don't think, like you understand his point. Like I think it's much better, much more well done than the side splitting. The reasons to choose both sides are kind of, it's more divisive than the original Civil War, maybe a little, because I always kind of felt like, well, in the end, like, come on, like Captain America's right, like really.
Yeah.
But here, like the idea of like pre-crime, like can you like, if you have the power to like prejudge somebody, is that right or whatever? It's really well done. The deaths were really impactful. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds amazing.
So that was good. So yeah, go pick that up. I expected it to be terrible, to be honest. So I was really surprised. And we'll see. Like Marvel always does do that kind of well, though.
Mm-hmm.
They start off really well, and then they kind of peter off as the event goes on. So we'll see if they can keep it up.
Mm-hmm.
I also read Punisher, which I really like. It's really violent and hardcore, so dig that.
The new Punisher or the old Punisher?
The new Punisher. The new one, the 2 new issues that just came out. So I caught up on those, read 1 and 2. Really violent. In issue 1, Punisher never even talks. He just fucking kills a bunch of people. It's awesome. I really liked it. And I'm also reading Doctor Strange, and it's my favorite comic. I really, really love it. I always talk about it though, so that's enough. Now on to Rebirth. Rebirth. Hold on 1 second. Go get the iPad and go watch Netflix. It's fine. Whatever. Just don't bug me. Jeez. So Rebirth. Damn. I was taken back and surprised by how much I loved Rebirth.
Is it good, man? Is it really good?
It's really, really good. Like, I really encourage you.
Did you read the Superman book?
Okay, well, that's my point. Okay, here's my point. So I encourage everyone to read the #1 giant size 88-page Rebirth, and read it now because it's $2.99 and the second printings are $5.99. So make sure you get it before the second printing comes out, because the second printing will be more money.
Really? Because it was so short, and I thought almost $2.99 was too much.
Well, it's 88 pages.
I don't count.
It's an 88-page book, so it would normally be $5.99, but they priced it at $2.99, so it'll go back up to its normal price when the second printing comes out. But a lot of stores still have first printing, so go pick it up. It's really fucking good, Will. And what it does too, it will give you a whole DC history breakdown, and then get you ready for what's gonna happen next. And if you saw or read The Watchmen too, it ties into all that stuff. It's so well done and so well written. It's really emotionally driven too. It's fantastic.
They're also on the Comixology app too. That's where I got some of mine.
Yeah. We don't have to deal with that digital shit around here, David.
Oh.
My comic books need to smell.
Yes.
I need to be able to smell them. Harlow, go to another room, please.
For me, it kind of depends if it's something I really want to collect. I mean, most comic books, I love to have it in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's if it's something that'll sell out, then I'm nah, I'll just get on Comixology. So I was planning on collecting Poison Ivy, because I really thought that was a cool mini series, and then issue 2 was sold out of both comic book stores in my town.
Yeah. So
I was well, I guess I'm gonna app this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do hate when that happens.
Yeah.
So,
but the cool thing is, I don't know if you guys have this over there in Fresno, but the comic book store I go to now, they have a subscription service. So you get a 10% discount on your comics, and they pull the comics you want before anybody else.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What service is that?
It's called Captain Nemo's in San Luis Obispo, and so that's kind of their edge, how they're...
I've been to that store. That store is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That store. It's a cool store.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. They got
I'm
good
jealous.
shit in there. They got good shit
And
in
they,
there, man.
and they have free parking, so.
Yes.
Free parking.
Well,
We don't pay for parking here in
the
Fresno.
other
So that's not
comic book
really
store
weird.
doesn't, so.
That's weird. Yeah. So the first issue, the Rebirth like main issue is really good, but then the single issues come out, and they are not so good.
Wait, which
man.
ones are you talking about? You like the Superman and the Batman and Green Lantern?
Yeah, the Superman, the Batmans, and the Green Lanterns, and the Green Arrows.
Okay.
They're like okay. They're okay. I just didn't feel like they set up. I don't know. It's like the Superman one's weird because it's like an homage to New 52 Superman. So it's a lot of like past scenes. It's kind of gets you ready for like the new status quo that's gonna come up with I can't even fucking pre-crisis Superman or whatever his name is, pre-52 Superman or whatever. So it's a little confusing. There's not a lot going on. I felt the same with the Batman story. Like, yeah, you get this cool like Calendar Man moment. The art is really well done, but I don't feel like I got any sense of like how that's gonna be any different from Scott Snyder's Batman. And then the best one, the one I liked the most was actually Green Lanterns, because it sets up like this cool like buddy cop like Green Lantern scenario where there's these two new Green Lanterns and they kind of have Hal Jordan's like, I can't have you two rookies like running around like fucking shit up, so I'm gonna like merge your lanterns together and you guys have to hang out together and learn together. And that way maybe you won't fuck up so bad. So that's a cool premise.
Sorry to butt in. I just want to comment.
Away.
I thought with Batman, what was really interesting is that the new, like, not to spoil anything, but the new Robin, is African American. So we kind of see, lately with a lot of stuff in media, there's more representation of the minorities and also female protagonists. So I thought that was cool to see.
Yeah.
David A., how dare you disagree and interrupt me? How dare you? Know who writes your checks. I agree, but I don't think it's Robin. I think they make it a point of him saying like you're not going to be another Robin. Like, so did they give him a name yet? I don't think they've given him a name yet, right?
He's a sidekick though. So.
Yeah, no, he is. Yeah. I get what you're saying, but
he's a Robin.
They didn't give him a name. Damn, did they give him a name? Fuck. But there is this really cool scene from like where they're kicking a tree, like in Batman Year One. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, and you're right, David. That you're totally true. And I really am looking forward to Tom King's run on Batman. Like I said, he's like an ex-CIA agent. So I'm really cool.
He is? I didn't know that.
Yeah. He's like an ex-CIA guy, and he's been on this podcast before, so that so it gives us a little bit of cred. But I'm really excited to kind of see what CIA stuff he brings to Batman.
Yes. Definitely.
And then I actually should have the other Rebirth comics sitting on my doorstep right now.
You bastard.
So I can go pop those open. In fact, if David wants to talk,
you gotta let me read those other ones. But let's go with what Daniel's read this week, man. David's reading. Sorry.
No so I haven't read I've been reading more old stuff because I have like a stash of old ones that I wanted to catch up on.
Yes.
The only new stuff that I've read is like the Rebirths. I've read Batman, Superman, Green Lantern, and Wonder Woman. I also read the first issue of Pink by the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and I had high expectations for that because I really like the Power Rangers. But unfortunately, I was really let down by Pink. Looked really nice. It felt like it was going to be really cool. Yeah. But then there was some kind of like cheesy like storylines. So if you read my review, I don't spoil anything, but I'll spoil it here because like you got to know why I don't like it. Okay. So basically so Goldar is the main villain of the series so far. Right. And that's cool because like I love like cameos and stuff like that. But the whole twist is like they're turning the whole town people into like the Black Lagoon sea monsters.
Weird.
And I was like, the Black Lagoon, like, he was created in the 60s, you know, in the old horror movies. I'm like,
Right.
so cheesy. Like,
Yeah. So why is he in Power Rangers?
why did you bring sea monsters in Power Rangers? Yeah, what is...
Yeah.
Anyways, I just thought that was corny. Other than that, I have, like, all 8 novels of Mega Man.
Oh,
So,
Mega
yeah,
Man.
I've been finishing that up.
Wait. Who's your favorite Mega Man villain, David?
My favorite Mega Man villain. That's like a really hard one. I think I really like Sigma.
Oh wait, that's too deep for me. I was thinking like Cutman, fucking Iceman.
Oh, okay. Well, I was thinking Mega Man X. Well, see, here's the thing. If you read the comics, they're not bad guys.
What are they?
Well,
Get out of here, nerd.
they were just they were programmed to be bad, but in the comics they fixed their programming so that they're actually good, and they were meant to be good.
Yeah, Cutman was supposed to be a barber. Fucking Woodman was supposed to be a gardener.
Okay.
You know, the huge, and then the evil guy comes in and fucking.
So basically,
like
well,
Dr. Robotnik.
it starts off. Mega Man's like really good friends with Iceman and Electman right now. Cutman. Sorry. Electman's really cool because he's like really smart and witty.
Is he like the election? Like, is he like head of elections or?
No, Electric Man.
Is Donald Trump friends with him? Man, boom.
So that's pretty good. I've also just finished because I already read the first comics for the Skywalker one, which was really, really good. And so I just read the first graphic novel for Darth Vader, and that one was really, really good. It answered like a lot of questions, like that dates back to the old movies. I'm sure they just added it now, but it was really cool what they added. So basically, you see this distrust between Darth Vader and Palpatine.
Is this just like? Are you saying this is like the trade, right? The trade.
Yeah, he's talking about the Vader, comic.
Yeah, the Darth Vader comic. Yes.
Will thought you were talking about like a book with like fucking words.
No. These are all graphic novels, so it's a collection of comics. Yeah. Sorry.
It's okay.
We don't talk about books here, dude.
Peter Morrow does that when he's on.
Anyways, it's really good. So you see this distrust coming, and it talks about how Palpatine, like, from the very get-go, thought about replacing Vader. And he's like, well, that's just, like, this is just the business of the Sith. Like, don't take it personally. And, like, Darth Vader's like, well, this is fucked up. I thought I was special to you.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, I fucking, like, let my girlfriend, like, wife, like, die.
He's like, I killed a bunch of 7-year-olds for you, bastard.
Yeah. And then, like, it's so, like, intense. Like, you see Darth Vader going back to Tatooine, and the first thing he does is he kills all the motherfucker Tusken Raiders. Because if you remember episode 1, or episode 2, they killed his mom.
Yep.
So it's like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then you see him go back to Genosha, or whatever that planet's called, where
Geonosis, yeah.
Yeah, Geonosis, where he proposed to Padme, and so you see him like having these emotional connections still.
Yeah.
And then at the very end of it, Boba Fett tells him that Luke's last name is Skywalker, and so he's like, oh shit, like he's my son. Yeah. And then he just he loses it, and he's like, screw it, I'm gonna overthrow Palpatine one of these days, and me and my son are gonna rule.
Yep.
So it was like awesome.
The Vader's is always good.
Very behind. Other than that, I've been reading a little bit of Sonic the Hedgehog, and I'm looking forward to the reboot coming up called Sonic Mega Drive.
Yeah.
What'll be cool because like the original Sonic the Hedgehog focused on the Freedom Fighters, which had like Sally and Rotor and Antoine, and now this time it's gonna have like Amy and Knuckles starting off with him.
So the people from the video games.
Yeah, exactly.
The originals, yeah. I dig it. Cool, man. Good stuff right
So,
there.
how about yourself? What have you been reading?
Well, shit, man. I'm not gonna talk about what I read because I didn't read too much, but I want to ask some questions about what I did do geeky like within the last week. Okay, so like I'm like the last guy on earth who's really into comics and like geeky shit that started watching Arrow finally.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. So I don't have cable right now. I just have Netflix and Hulu and HBO Go. So I'm just watching like shows that I've thought about watching for a while and just never bothered because I always watch other shit on TV. So I'm.
Wait, can you get HBO Go without having cable?
Yeah. Of course
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do I have cable still?
Yeah. See, that's I don't have cable. Fine. Yeah. Let's do it. So I really started kind of, and you guys are gonna laugh at me because this is probably like the least rated good show of the DC shows. I got her into Supergirl because partially because my wife liked it a lot too. Okay, so we were watching that together, and then that made me go watch Legends of Tomorrow. You know,
Which is so good. I like that one.
yeah, mostly in part because Brendan Routh was in it. So I started watching that, and then of course that obviously stemmed from The Flash, which stemmed from Arrow. So I'm kind of going in backwards order. After Legends of Tomorrow, I started watching The Flash. I only got through season 1 because they only have like the second half of season 2 on Hulu right now, which is fucking stupid. But anyways, I
For
really
what?
like
The Flash or Legends?
The Flash. Yeah, they only have like.
Oh, I know. Why does fucking Hulu do that? They did that with Agents of Shield too. I was like,
Yeah,
God dang it!
It starts at like episode 12 of season 2. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's like, fuck you. We're not gonna have the whole season. We're only gonna put 5 episodes on at a time.
Yeah. So I finally said, you know what, fuck it. Everybody's always talking about Arrow. I need to watch Arrow. Okay. So I just finished season 1, and I fucking love it. But everybody I talked to and I've told that I'm watching Arrow has said the same thing. You're not gonna want to watch after season 2. So here's my question: what happens after season 2 that makes it so shitty?
It just
like, why does it get so bad?
It just turns weird because like it becomes like very repetitive and it's just the same story like over and over and over again.
Okay.
And they kind of like missed the point of Arrow. Like
Right.
Like Arrow was kind of always like this like freedom fighter like type of guy. And I don't know, he just turns into like this like grumbling like it just turns into like this team show. It's the same situation. Like bad guy comes to town, wants to destroy the city, and fucking Arrow has to stop him. It's over and over and over again.
So they don't really have that like cool like cohesive like plot where he's like trying to save the city from all the shit his father did anymore after that?
No, that's over in season 1.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So I mean, well, no, that's over after season 2, kind of. And after that, we're done with that.
Yeah.
So, so then it becomes something else, and then in season now he's like the Green Arrow, and the Arrow that is kind of technically dead. So it becomes very convoluted, and then even this one ended like fuck, really.
Yeah.
So I think it got too big for its britches, and it kind of tried to had to follow the Flash because the Flash is like very outrageous. But like once again, like Arrow needs to be like Batman, needs to stay grounded and very at its core, and he needs to be a loner. Like he doesn't need a fucking team of like people. Like, and that's the problem with the CW shows. Like they all have to have like team. Like why do they all like need a team of people around them?
I hate that.
Yeah, like like why does it all need to be like superhero high school? And there has to be like a fucking like a tech guy.
It's one thing to have a few little support guys, but I mean we don't really need this whole team thing in every show. I agree. It's stupid. It gets old.
Yeah, I think Supergirl is like the most egregious. Like, because why the fuck does she need a team? Like she can obliterate all those people like in one like a moment. You know what I mean? Like so dumb.
Yeah.
And they try to justify it by them being like, "Oh, look, I can kick. I'm your sister, and I can kick your ass if you're under red fucking or whatever." Like, when is she ever gonna get red sunlight? Like, when is that ever gonna happen? Never. Fucking never.
Yeah. In this controlled environment in your secret hideout.
Yeah, and then they spend the whole episode like doing that, and then every single fight scene after that still looks like shit. God, that show is the worst. I hope it gets better.
Now that it's gonna be on the C-dubs.
Yeah, they should just make it Martian Manhunter and fucking drop Supergirl. Well, apparently there was a rumor that they're casting Superman, so obviously they know they have to fucking bring out the big guns.
Yeah.
But then then I don't understand. I don't. This must maybe it's a.
2.0.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe it's like a Jeff Johns thing, and like he was like, I'm taking over, and taking over hardcore. But I don't think he's really in charge of the TV stuff. But I thought there was like a mandate because they're not because like Flash I'm sorry, Arrow specifically said like no more Suicide Squad, can't use it anymore.
Yeah.
So like what are like because they're coming out with the movie. So like what's the rules like so you can use. Like, is DC down Superman? They're like, fuck it. We fucked up Superman so bad in the movies. We're just going to, like, let the TV people have it and see how they do. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So, it's going to get weird. It's going to get real weird.
It sounds
But, yeah.
But
just watch Season 2 of Arrow, and then after that, just fucking watch something else. Anything else.
Gotcha.
Watch Unreal on Lifetime.
Yeah. Beautiful. Let's there's been some very big things in the geek news lately, and like that, like gas and burping, whatever.
Yeah, you're gonna get that every Monday now. Everybody, prepare for. Like I said, I texted Will. I was like, prepared for more fun and fart jokes.
Yes. All right. So it's been a while since we've all been on together and got to talk about profound geeky news, but obviously there was a very, very big piece of news dropped about one of the, we'll say, most beloved Marvel characters right now. Okay.
Animated CNN news.
Yes, Captain America. Okay. Let me tell you about this Captain America deal. All right. This shit got so big. Okay, and I don't do this often. I had to fucking unfriend somebody. Okay. This is how stupid.
Whoa.
This is how stupid this got. Okay.
Wait, on Facebook or Twitter?
On Facebook.
Whoa.
That's even bigger.
Monumental.
I had to unfriend somebody, and not because they were talking bad about anything. I jokingly posted on because they were like ranting about this whole Captain America thing, right? Of course, they were saying like Captain America is written by two Jewish guys, and it was like a statement against Nazis and Hitler and all this other stuff, which I get. Okay, appreciate that.
Okay, number one, fuck you.
Yes.
It's a fucking comic book. Get over yourself.
Thank you. Okay, so I jokingly said, "Haha, Tony was right all along," and she fucking lost it. She was like, "Oh no, don't joke, don't joke."
It was a girl.
Joke. Yes, don't joke on my page. This is not the spot for it. This is my page. If you want to joke about something like that, joke on your page. And this is like somebody who I thought was a friend of mine. I was like, seriously? Are you serious right now? And she's like, no, it's not. No, it's definitely not Natalie.
Natalie, what are you doing?
His friend was like, no, I'm fucking serious. Like, you don't understand. And by you joking, it means you're insensitive to my opinions, and you don't get what it means. I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. So, what was the big news that everybody was losing their shit about? Okay, so I haven't read it, but supposedly Captain America has been part of Team Hydra for a long time, right? Is that the gist of it?
Yeah, I haven't read it either, and I cursed Dave because like, what the fuck, Dave? You can order enough coffee.
Yeah.
He was like, you literally just missed the last issue. I was like, damn it, kid, ruined my life again. Don't have kids. Basically the story is that Captain America has been an agent of Hydra, like a sleeper agent of Hydra, since he was a child, basically. But number one, hold on, Will, hold the horses right there. Number one. All right. Well, actually, you go first because I'll probably take a little rant here for a second.
I don't know. Were you able to schedule that guy that we were going to get some insight into about why Captain America?
Oh no, yeah. I don't. He should. Yeah, we have an interview planned for. He should be calling in any second. But first, yeah, let me rant a little bit first.
Let's rant a little bit.
Number one. This happened with Superior Spider-Man too. Yes. Remember the whole Superior Spider-Man debacle? Like, fuck
I
you.
do.
Like, it's a comic book, and I'm
Yeah.
getting sick and tired of this.
Yeah.
I'm getting tired of this. And
Yeah.
geeks always want to fucking sit on this pedestal and act like they're fucking better than everyone. Oh, I was always picked on in high school, and jocks were such terrible people, and all blah. I got put in trash cans and lockers, and blah, and everyone made fun of me, blah, blah, blah. And then they grow up, and they turn into these fucking giant assholes that think they're entitled, and their opinion is fucking gold. A gold
Yes.
gift from God. Like, nobody fucking gives a shit. Like, it's a comic book. It's a comic book character. It's not a real person. This is not an actual event. This is not based on actual events. This did not happen in any history or any lifetime or any. It will not affect your life in any way, shape, or tomorrow. If Captain America disappeared from your memory, your life would be unaffected. You would not take a shit any differently. You would have the same amount of money in your bank account. Like, you would have the same family members would still be alive. Everything would be exactly the same. It's a fucking comic book. No one deserves a death threat. No one deserves a fucking, like, oh, this is the worst shit ever. I'm never going to buy a Marvel comic book again. Number one, because that's a fucking lie. Yeah, you're going to.
No one deserves to be called a Nazi over it.
No one deserves to be called a Nazi. Yeah. And even... Like, I don't understand. Like, and number one, like, if you think this is gonna fucking stick, you're a moron and you don't deserve to read or buy comics.
And you don't know shit about comics.
Like, you don't even deserve to be a part of the comic book community. Like, you don't, like, there's no point. You probably aren't even a comic book reader, so number one, you shouldn't be fucking have an opinion about this, because frankly, in my opinion, if you aren't buying comics or a regular comic book reader or a fan of comic books in general, what happens in a comic book, it really is not in any of your concern or care. Because you don't fucking pay for them with your money, so who's a fuck? Like, it's not going to affect you or the writer or anybody in any way, shape, or form if you didn't buy the comic book, because you never did in the first place. Right. So it doesn't really matter what happens. It's not going to stick. By the time Avengers Infinity War or whatever it's called comes out, it will not be Captain America will be as good itself. You have to remember that there is a character who is a living Tesseract in the comic book universe now. Or Tesseract. Look at me. The movies are fucking taking over. A living cosmic cube. Yeah. In the comic book universe now, who not only gave Steve back his powers, but could literally do and say anything. So could rewrite an entire person's history. Yeah. So like, I don't know. It's fucking dumb. So get over it. Yeah. Anyways. Hold on. Oh, I think I'm getting a phone call.
Oh. We have a very we had word that Casey was able to schedule a very special guest. So all the way from a secret Hydra base somewhere in Germany, we have the man himself, Mr. Johann Schmidt, also known as the Red Skull. Red Skull, are you there, sir?
Oh, hello, I'm here. How are you today?
We're good, sir. First of all, thank you for humbling us with your
it's so nice that you called me all the way from Germany to come on your lovely podcast here. I frequent podcasts so much, and I just loved the Cavs Crew podcast. It's so good. I love when we talk comic books and DC and Marvel. And I love the hunky men and sexy woman. So it's very nice. So why did you guys call me on your podcast today?
Mr. Red Skull, so first of all, thank you for the compliments. We're glad that you enjoy our show. We want to know about this big news about Captain America actually being on your team. Can you tell us, when did this happen?
Well, obviously you've read the comic book, so you know he's been on our team since he was a very young child. And I just can't believe we fooled you all. It's just stupid Americans. You always think, oh, Captain America, he's so strong, he's so handsome, he's always on our side, throwing his shield around. And I fooled you! He's on our team now! So good luck with that. I guess we take over the world, and everyone speaks German, so get that Stone and get to it.
Mr. Skull, we're just very shocked, and we're very upset that one of our greatest heroes is a Hydra agent. So you can understand why everybody was upset. But do you think Steve is really one of yours, or because
of course he's one of ours. What are you even saying this for? This is nonsense. This is ridiculous. I can't believe you even bring up this to me in front of my face. How dare you? Hail Hydra!
Well,
Steve, he's such a good, honest young man, and it broke his heart to have to hold in the secret of his love for the Hydra and for Germany and the motherland. So
Yes.
I'm happy. Very very happy for him to finally be able to reach
Yes.
out and release this monumental pressure that he had on his shoulders.
Yes.
You see the smile on his face. He just throws that shield around like he's 10 again. It's lovely to see.
So, Mr. Skull, I got to ask you one more thing because we know you're very busy, trying to take over the world and destroy superheroes and our great nation. But I have to ask you, like, was Captain America destroying like your Hydra bases and your monuments and all this other stuff? Was that all just like in good fun? Did you just build all that shit so he could blow it up?
Yeah, I mean, I have some stock in BMW, so I have a lot of extra cash to throw around. So yeah, and there's plenty of willing homeless and vagrant children and men and women who will work for very cheap. And I give them pistol and weapon and put them in fancy uniform. And yeah, they just go out there and Captain America punch and he kick. And he blow up, and it all looks very good on American television. And then he come home and we share a king size bed together and make schnitzel. And then he brings me red roses, and it's very it's very very lovely. We have a good laugh. Oh, we laugh over a nice red Merlot. I just can't tell you how many times we just laugh.
Well, you know what, Mr. Skull, we're definitely upset, and I at least am going to tip my hat to you for fooling us all. So thank you, sir, and we appreciate the support, and thank you for calling us.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you, Cave Crew, for having me on your show. I have to be back very, very soon. I'd like to give out a shout-out to my friend in hiding, Baron Zemo. Zemo, I'm on the Cave Crew podcast. All right, everybody, Auf Wiedersehen. Hail Hydra!
Well, folks, you heard it right there. That was an exclusive with the man himself, the Red Skull. So we thank him for taking the time. And Casey, man, how did you?
He is on top of his game lately. I mean, he's had a step on his toe.
How did you nail that guy down? I mean, it must have been difficult, man.
Us evil lords, evil types, we all hang on the same bars, so.
I knew it. You guys were, having a, I don't know, what's that German beer that everybody drinks?
Heineken.
You were having the Hefenweisen. Having the Hefenweisen, you had good time, yes? Like it, buddy. It's good. So there it is, folks. Sorry, Captain America, definitely Hydra. So
yeah, get over it.
Let's all go cry tonight. So I'll go cry tonight. We'll have a good cry. We'll remember what we thought he did for us, and just move on. And go Team Iron Man. Casey?
Oh, Will, we have had the discussion. How can you still be on Team Iron Man after the end of that movie? I swear to God. It's not. I know. I understand the love for the Stark, and I understand the love for the Iron Man. But honestly, he was wrong. He was wrong. And
that guy killed his mom.
Okay.
That guy killed his mom.
Yes, but I said it once, and I'll say it again.
Yes.
He under mind control, it would not hold up in court. Like if I could get the guy that got off AJ.
Not courts nowadays. You're right.
All right, so here's another thing I want to bring up. Sorry to interject. What's up with the cover though that we see where Captain America's like tied up an American soldier and he says "Hell Hydra"? Like, was there a scene where he does something like really horrendous like that, or?
I don't know.
What are you talking about?
Have you seen the cover art?
For what?
The picture that's like all over the internet where Captain America says "Hell Hydra" and then there's like.
Oh yeah. He like takes over like a plane.
Yeah. Okay, so is that like actually in there or?
Yeah, that's from the comic. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, David. You're like 3 steps behind us, buddy.
I know. Well, you guys haven't read the comic either, so.
No, guilty is charged. Once again, that's my comic book store's fault. I guess I could just buy it digitally, but fuck that.
So they were sold out at your comic book store?
They were.
Yes, sir.
They were.
Oh, shoot.
Damn you, Dave! I know you're listening to this.
Dave, listen, Dave.
Any other news, Will?
I think the only thing we were going to really talk about, it kind of ties in with Civil War II. One of the characters there, Captain Marvel. There's a report that Brie Larson, who is now an Academy Award winner, right? Wasn't she in that movie?
The Room.
Yeah.
The Room.
She's in early talks to be Captain Marvel in the MCU. I have not seen that movie, The Room. Only thing I remember Brie Larson from was being Jonah Hill's love interest in the first 21 Jump Street movie. So I don't know.
Wait. Jonah Hill's love interest in the first.
Yeah, the high school chick that he was in love with, that he was doing the drama stuff with.
Oh, that
doing
was
like
her?
to play with her. Yeah, that's Brie Larson.
Oh, yeah. Mm.
Yes. So that's what I'm seeing, and then I see Captain Marvel. So I'm kind of
Yeah,
like,
she's. This doesn't sound terrible. Once again, no women fans on the show I'm gonna get hate mail, but she's like frumpy, right?
Well, I mean, I don't think she looks quite like that anymore. I think she's.
She like tightened up a little. No, I'm not saying that she's like fat or overweight or anything. Like she just has like a very like home style like look.
She's a little more. She's a little more girl next door.
Like I always imagine like Captain Marvel being like chiseled, like a man.
Like Charlize Theron.
Yeah. Fuck,
Yeah.
that sounds terrible. Ultra beautiful person over this like okay person. The still pretty.
Bro, I'm trying to save you. It's not easy.
I know. But like one's like a triangle, and the other one's like a.
All right, let's put it this way. Let's put it in a more proper light. All right, we'll just say that the comic book picture of Captain Marvel does not match up to what Brie Larson looks like. So that's kind of like what you're saying.
Yeah,
right?
I'm fine with that too. I just feel like she's like too girl next door.
Yeah.
Like I don't see her as like a major in like the Navy, like you know what I mean, in the Navy.
Yeah.
Like Captain Marvel is. I really don't see her with Mohawk, and that's why I really want to see like when I look at Captain Marvel now.
Yeah, that cool blonde.
Yeah.
Mohawk, yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. She was also the drummer in Scott Pilgrim, right?
Was she?
I think she was.
Maybe. Okay.
I think it's just crazy how we're talking about 3 movies, already planned, 5 movies already planned for Marvel in the future.
Yeah.
And we still we have Doctor Strange coming out and Avengers 3 and the new Spider-Man.
She looks way prettier now.
Yeah. I told you.
All right. Maybe she just frumps herself up a little bit.
We're obviously we're basing this all on looks.
Damn, IMDb already has her fucking listed as Captain Marvel.
Yeah. Obviously
like-
we're basing this all on looks, but I mean
We're assholes.
she won an Academy Award. I mean, I'm sure she's got some like mega acting skills. So I haven't seen that movie, but I don't know, man. It remains to be seen. I don't really have an opinion on that yet.
Yeah, she is the drummer in Scott Pilgrim. I was right.
Okay. All right. But what were you saying, David? I'm sorry.
I just think it's ridiculous how many Marvel movies are so planned in the future,
Yeah.
It's I just think it's super hype train, I mean
Is it though? Because DC fucking didn't plan their shit out, and look how that turned out.
Yeah.
So,
Well, no, I've heard DC plan out if you look online, there's this whole list of when they're planning Justice League 1, Justice League 2, and then Aquaman
yeah, but all those dates have already changed, every single one of them.
Yeah.
And they had to find a new director for Flash already. Their shit's a fucking mess.
Yeah.
They don't know what's going on over there. They've done test screens for Suicide Squad, which have been good, but
Yeah.
the same thing was said about fucking Batman. So who knows?
I think Suicide Squad is just too dark for my taste. I don't know. I haven't read the comics, so I don't know if it's supposed to be dark and
Oh yeah. It's yeah. It should be an R-rated Guardians of the Galaxy.
At this point, can it be worse than BVS though?
Probably not.
I don't think so.
Pretty hard.
Yeah.
Pretty hard.
Yes.
Pretty hard.
Too damn hard. So I think that was the major news points we wanted to cover, buddy. So we'll see. We'll go through some final thoughts for the week, and we'll wrap it up tonight.
And also, I think the new Joker looks too young, and I don't know.
I think he looks too much like a pimp.
He looks like the new 52 Joker.
Yeah. Right, like a pimp. But anyways, Casey, final thought tonight.
My final thought: fucking get over Captain America being Hydra, you fucking pussies. Seriously, it's a goddamn comic book. It's not a big deal.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yes.
Maniacs.
Yes.
Go check out thegww.com for all your fun stuff, like comic book reviews and interviews and movie reviews and TV reviews and podcasts and all that. Those good times are rolling.
Yeah. Thank you, buddy.
No problem.
Good being on.
Oh wait, check us out at the GWW. Wait, what's our Twitter? At the_GWW.com.
Capes Crew, right? That one too.
And GWW Capes Crew, which David's gonna run now because I'm lazy.
Mostly, yeah.
David, who's running those Twitters? What do you got, man?
My final thoughts?
Yes.
Final
thought, lay it on me.
Just that people tell your friends all about us. Try to meet us up at Comic Cons, and I don't know if I should be saying this, but Wednesday we got 4 reviews on the DC Rebirths coming up, so readers, look forward to that. We'll be covering Aquaman, Flash, Detective Comics, and Action Comics.
Awesome, buddy. Thank you, man. It's a pleasure chatting with you again. So, I'm going to keep this short, okay? I'm going to, since everybody loves using this term so much, and I fucking hate it, so I'm going to say it. Here's my opinion, okay? My opinion, which matters for very little, and I'll tell you that right now, so I don't expect any of you to take this more than a grain of salt. My opinion is that if you were in, we'll say, junior high to high school, since this whole Marvel craze started with the movies, you really don't know shit about how hard it was to be a geek when Casey and I were, like, in high school, we'll say, okay? You were picked on, you were shit on, you were made fun of for being a geek. It wasn't cool when we were in school, all right?
It's not cool. It was the opposite of cool, in fact. It
was
like
very young.
Pussy repellent.
Yes. It was like the Scarlet Letter, all right? So, and what I don't understand is, back in that time, being a geek meant something. You were protective of the community. You were protective of your fellow geeks. And I've just seen the most blatant examples within the last week of just stupid, petty, fucking bullshit. And it sickens me. It's pathetic. It's sad because people think, oh, it's just my opinion. I can say whatever the fuck I want. No, you don't understand what your opinion and what kind of effect it has on other people. I've seen people bitching about events, and other people go, yeah, I didn't go to that because I saw that bullshit. So how do you think that affects the geek community as a whole? Negatively. Okay? So, hey, if you want to shout out your opinion on your Twitter, your Facebook, that's your space to do it. Okay? But let's not go shitting on other people. Let's not go shitting on other events, especially when most of these people don't know what it takes to put on an event. And you know what? Let's try to remember how it used to be a geek. And let's try to remember that we're all in this together. This is supposed to be fun. Yes, we're passionate about our fandoms, but like Casey said earlier, it's all fake. They're movies, they're comics. Love them as much as you want. Let's not get psycho about it, people. Okay? Love one another. Be awesome geeks. Okay? Let's get back to that, because we need more of that. That's it for my final thought. You can catch me on Twitter at GW. That's our. Let's see. I'm dropping our company one for us again.
That's right. At the GWW_.com.
Yes. Go. You can find me on Twitter at Darth Sparrow. So I want to say thank you guys for joining us tonight. We hope you had fun, because we did, and we'll be bringing back some more fun next Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific. Lots of love to you all. We'll catch you on the geek side.